Well, my book really came out of my experience where I'd challenged yeast-type problems for probably about 30 years. And then a crisis happened in our life and my health really went down. And my friend, who's a naturopath, he said, I don't know what's happened to you, but he said, you're going to have to stop for a few months. And he put me on some strong antifungal herbs. I went on a fairly strict diet. And it took a few months, but I finally came out of it. And I can't believe how my energy increased, my hair grew long. There are a whole lot of benefits, I suppose you could say, to conquering this in my body. And as I investigated, I found more books, more research had been written. It's almost as if the medical profession has silenced it a little bit. So then I thought, why so? And then I realised that antibiotics, the wonder drug of the 20th century, it's really overused, and it's actually a mould.
Exactly.
It's a penicillic acid. And Alexander Fleming, the guy who discovered it, he was so excited they tested dozens of different mould wastes. 80% of the rats it was tested on, it killed them.
Wow.
So yes, antibiotics have saved many lives, but even the World Health Organization is stating today that the biggest health care risk they're seeing is the overuse or overprescription of the antibiotics, to the point where, yes, we've got yeast mold problems happening in people's body, but also when the antibiotic is needed, it's not working because the person has almost become immune to it.
Right.
And so really my book sprung out of that. My eyes were just opened. And in my book, I quote the doctors and the authors and the scientists who have done the research themselves. But one of the most exciting books was Clinical Mycology. And it's written by 4 doctors. It's a medical textbook. That book cost me $500, and that was 15 years ago. And every chapter looks at the link between fungus and different body parts and different diseases. And by the time you've read the whole book, there's nothing left. It's just about compassed everything, even to the point, which really was not discussed in this book. I've had people come down with depression 6 months after moving into a mouldy house. So this is even mental one. Yeah. So yeah, it is big. And then someone said, oh, you can't say that fungus causes all disease. And I said, well, the question is, why is the fungus there? Right. And someone can be exposed to it, but if they're giving their body the right conditions, it cannot survive or manifest itself. Right. And really that's what my book is about, is the conditions to give the body to conquer it. And then I take it one step further, which no one wants to talk about today, and that is the link between mould and cancer.